And what is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Sunday to you. Do apologize, no show Friday. Got home and I just had zero motivation. Kind of took yesterday just for me, kind of goof around. Nothing special. I'm going to the store and just watching movies all day. Nothing out of the ordinary. And that camera's got to be adjusted a lot. Why is that so fucked? There we go. Okay, that's better. Had to get the $200 into focus. Yeah, nothing going on this weekend. I just kind of had to do me. But we've all done that. We've been there. You just motivation goes to shit, and the allergies also on top of that. I woke up Saturday morning and the allergies were absolutely shit. Had to make an emergency run to the store to get some Zyrtec and some nasal spray. Thank God that helped because I was miserable. Ugh. So yeah, we kind of left off Thursday night over on almost EU friendly stream. I just midnight over here, almost EU friendly. Yeah, I kind of wanted to get on a little bit earlier, but had to run and get some food and everything. So I'm glad you were able to catch me a little bit earlier this time, TM. How are you doing today? We left off Thursday. We ended section 2, wider recorder, night 2, section 2. So we're on to section 3, last section of this recorder. Then we'll figure out something else to do, or which recorder we're going to do next, because we have, where are we at? Let me get back here. Zoom H3VR 1 and 2, night 1 and 2, Zoom H4n Pro, which will be night 1, which will be execution, in the execution chamber. We also have the Tascam, which we might do Tascam next. Then we still have some GoPro shit to go through, so we still have a ways to go. Not too out of the ordinary. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get on to the audio, shall we? Do not know how long the stream's going to be tonight, but we're going to play it by ear. I do want to get through the rest of this recorder and at least into the next one. So I am going to be adding a couple new features into the stream here, hopefully this week. Voice activated pop-ups. I was watching another stream. Hold on. Watching another stream today. Collectible Network. He does sports card breaks and stuff like that. And every time he mentions a team's name, the team pops up on the screen with a pop-up. I want to do something like that. To where if I say a certain word, like Ghost Adventures, something pops up on the screen with just a quick, like, 2-second pop-up, 3-second pop-up, maybe a sound alert to go with it, like scare or ZB. It had to be DB. No, I'm kidding. I can't say that. Bagans. Ooh, did you hear? And the overreaction. Did you hear that? I can't do that, man. That's terrible. Well, actually, I can do it. I don't think I've seriously overreacted to evidence in on an investigation in a very long time. And I was told you can even make that easy in Stream Element. Okay. I'll have to check that out. Can you do it in Streamlabs too? Because I was looking, and there's I think the website was like scene.gg. I looked it up. It is a legit website, legit third-party website, but I'm not sold on it. I do want to add some more features to the show. Because if I'm going to do gaming too, we gotta at least make it more interactive. Maybe even do secret words that if you guys type them, there'll be pop-ups for that. I think that'd be a cool little interaction. You can even make your own alerts and stream element if they even look for them in chat. Okay, I'll look at that after stream then. Appreciate that, TM. But I'm just happy to be live on YouTube now too. You know, I've been procrastinating that for like 5 years. So it won't take me that long to start integrating more into the show. Yeah, we are flat lined. My God. Literally nothing. Oh, a little bit there. I do want to start trying to schedule some investigations. I'm thinking on going back and investigating my very first, re-investigating my first location. I just got to that's footsteps. I don't know if that's tires on the highway or footsteps. It sounds like rubber on the road going over the bumps on the bridge. That thunk, the thunk. You know, when your tires go over the little gap on the bridge, the joint. We're gonna clean this up a little bit and see if that helps. Okay, so that removes it, which means we can go ahead and debunk it. That made that quick and easy, quick and painless. I love those easy debunks. We don't have to spend half the night freaking going over one clip, which we've done before. I don't miss those nights where we spent 45 minutes on one freaking clip. That was embarrassing. Figure we might finish 2 more recorders, then we'll do some video. Finish 1 recorder, then do some more video. Then we can finish up with, like I said, video and execution. The more I watched Chris's, when Chris recorded me from the outside, it freaks me out more and more to actually want to watch the inside of the chamber. It's wild, guys. Got those weird feelings where it's. Hold on a second. I'm going to keep letting this play. Bear with me for a second. Not it. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Do want to try a couple things. Okay, it came through. Got YouTube chat fixed. Sweet. Oh. Yeah, guys, that's. I don't think there's going to be much here, which is okay. We're only 10 away from 100. The downside is the first three investigations of the prison were ungodly amount of EVPs. The last two have been just kind of But again, when I was talking to Lloyd Auerbach, he's like, the more people get in there, the more they take away from the energy that remains. It makes sense. To the point where it's not haunted anymore. And I can guarantee there's still spirits there that will never leave. Their energy doesn't go away. Like Eddie Cole, Jesse Bishop, Neil Pitney, a couple of the guys from the cafeteria. I don't think their spirits will ever go. The first two, I guarantee, I don't think they're ever the energy will ever dissipate. Because like I said, they don't let a lot of people into the execution chamber. And we know why. So, but again, if the spirits, the fuck? Okay, that's one of the distant doors. Nothing special. Because I don't want to say Eddie Cole was evil. I honestly do not think he was. They haven't let in that many in to the chamber itself. They did Kalani, they did Destination or Project Fear, excuse me, and a couple others. Beyond that, they don't do it. And before they do, they warn them. They freaking warn them. Big channels, they will, because big channels pay big money. It's kind of why I want to see Ghost Adventures back in there. And I'll be honest, on my side, I am very blessed that I've become personal friends with these guys. I would still pay regardless. But I value their friendships more than the investigation. I'll be honest about that. I would go up there just to visit with them. If I just went through the prison, helped tidy up, and never investigated, I would be okay with that. Hey, you're coming up for 3 days? Do you want to spend one day helping us tidy up? Give me a mop and a broom. I'll freaking mop one of the entire cell blocks by myself. I'll go all the way around C block by myself with a mop. I am okay with that. You know, not a lot of teams do that. When I was with Sin City Paranormal, I didn't make the investigation, but they did a building in Goldfield, and they had a deal with one of the guys who owned the building. They offered to clean for a day if they'd let them investigate the next night. They absolutely did it. They absolutely went in and cleaned all day long. Came back the next night and investigated. What's up, Moose? Yeah, I wish more teams would do that. Hey, you know what? We'll come up here for a few days, but we're going to help you out. I'd even go up to take other teams in. You know, it's like just help walk them through and show them the active areas. What's up? Well, skirts. Well, somewhere, not here, but just enjoying the Sunday. Figured I had nothing else going on. I'd just do an early show. Oh, and Moose, before you came in, I did get YouTube chat fixed. I can actually watch it on my screen without having to load the channel. So like I said, I do want to go back to my very first location and reinvestigate it. I'll go ahead and say it, Green Valley Park. I enjoyed it. My very first investigation, I had evidence. So I have a viewer. That's cool, Moose. Either way, man, I appreciate it. Hopefully a couple more people pop in. I posted it on my Facebook. You know, all my friends, hey, you know, you're really into this. We'll support you. Come to the show and watch. I don't know. But you said you supported me. 99% of them didn't support my radio show either. Have you talked to them after you were... Yeah, I remember Chris was in here in the chat last week. I actually... Moose. Yeah, thanks for jumping over to YouTube, bud. Yeah, I talked to Chris for about an hour on the phone before my show. And I even asked him, hey, can you drop into the show? And like I said, he stayed for about an hour. He stayed for a good hour. Waving, nice. I'd also like to do that, is get some of the locations or some of the people, maybe even start doing interviews. You know, have them download Discord and bring them in on a video stream. You know, have them talk about the location and what they do. I mean, I think that'd be really good. Yeah, I mean, we have fun with it though. Moose watched 5 consecutive streams and sparked a watch streak. Awesome, Moose. . But again, guys, I take the downside with this, with a grain of salt. Sit around just analyzing evidence. It does get tedious, and people don't understand that. But the fact of sitting there, joining in and finding an EVP for the first time, I don't know about me. For you guys, it's got to feel really rewarding. Like, Moose, go back, go back. You go back a few seconds, and lo and behold, an EVP. And you got that feeling of, you know, I achieved this on a stream, helping analyze this evidence. I found something that, the host didn't. We found a spirit speaking. It is a cool feeling, and I still like when I hear a spirit for the first time, because I hear it for the first time with you guys. As I've always said, I never pre-listen to anything. Only thing I'll pre-listen to is like some of the video if I'm trying to cue it together, cue the blocks together. That's the only time. But I never watch it all the way through because I want to have virgin ears with it to hear it with you guys. I want there to be a surprise, not going, I know what's coming. You guys got to check this out. No, I want you guys to hear it too. So, it's got to be me starting to pick up the equipment because there is only 13 minutes left. That sounds like Chris. Let's bump this up. I don't know, 8 maybe. Hopefully this doesn't. Like I said, night 1 and 2, there was nobody in the prison but me, Chris, and Susan at points. That's Chris. Hmm. Okay, that is not Chris or me. All right. I do believe this is an EVP. I don't think that's tires on the highway. Okay. Sounds mechanical. It possible. Still very possible. Yeah, the more I clean it up, the more it does sound mechanical. Yeah, it's mechanical. At the end, you hear a little wisp sound. You hear a little, yeah, it's scraping. It's a scraping sound or a dragging sound because you hear that a little wisp at the end. So yeah, we can debunk that. You know, when it's not cleaned up or anything, when it's raw, it sounds like come out, come out, come out. Then you clean it up and it's zip, zip. It's a wisping sound. So yeah, it's kind of weird how noises, that pareidolia, can come play effect in the show, or in the show in the evidence. You get that pareidolia, audio and visual video pareidolia, the matrixing, you know, visual and audio. It's shitty, but during the first investigation, if we were doing that now, we'd probably be able to debunk it. That's human, but that's not. And that's got some real freaking reverb to it. Somebody's really got some echo going on there. So let's denoise it. Jasper. I don't think that's a crow. All right. I don't think that's mechanical, but I don't think that's evidence. I do not think that is a voice. I think if we got into it enough, this would be explainable. Yeah. I'm not going to even try cleaning this up. We're just going to debunk it. Because it sounds like I'm starting to go through the prison, like I said, to pick up gear. I don't think there's going to be anything from here on out. I've been wrong before, but just for what we're seeing now, no. Yep, door opening. That might have been a bird. That might be a duck. Like Rodney Dangerfield said, somebody step on a duck. No, I did not just go there. Yeah. We just got to decide what to do next. I think we're going to do the task cam next. Because I think the H3 VR was actually set outside the execution chamber. So that would get what Chris had during his video session, which might be interesting. We're going to have to listen and find out. Oh, that one fucking... Oh, that one actually got me. Holy shit. Oh, good job on that one. What's up, Ducky? Yeah, you got me. You really got me on that one. Holy shit. Okay, this... I think this is a voice. Uh... I got you, and then something else. Yeah, it's there. That is a voice. Uh, wow. Why did that do that? Undo denoise. Denoise fucked it up. That's never happened before. That is never happened. Yeah, it's. Why is it throwing a dark line over just that? That is strange. How about reverb? What about if I do it now? Still doing it. Oh. Moose, I think you're right as I got you. It's faint, but there's something after that. It might be liar. I got you, you liar. Maybe. Okay, we know it's gonna be let's go ahead and save this real quick. Because so we got there's our 90th. Right, two. Okay, 90, night 2, Whitey, B13. I got you. Okay. Guess where you're going this summer and can't wait? Waverly Hills? I don't know. Where? Let's see if we can clean this up anymore, maybe. What if I just took a line across there? Uh, Denver State Hospital. Honestly, never heard of it, to be honest. Shit. Yeah, I've never heard of Denver State Hospital. D Hummer, maybe? Okay, we're just going to keep going. We got the EVP, so.
Two in the box.
And that whatever that is, that's distant. That was hard. This one was hard enough to pick out. Never even heard of Danvers. Danvers, Denver, haven't heard of either. Fucking fat fingers. Well, I think we're going to do the task cam next. Just going to be easier that way. Because I don't want to get through all the good shit. The H3 VRs are usually the best recorders. Echo. Door and dragging. Debunk. Moose coming with the ghost emote over on YouTube. Appreciate that. Somebody talking in the distance, that's not paranormal. You can hear me. Well, yeah, it's multiple people. We've only ever got one conversation, and it was with 3 different spirits. You guys remember that one? That was actually in culinary. God, Brent, don't start yawning. It's only what, 4:30, 5 o'clock. And there I come trouncing in, walking like a bull elephant. Okay. You don't need to hear me announcing the end of the recorder. No, I don't want to save it. All right, so we have finished Whitey. Now we're going to get on to Tascam. Hopefully that doesn't take too long to frickin' load. But it's Adobe, and Adobe's doing Adobe things. There we go. And that is a lot of darkness. Oof. Okay, whatever. Then we got to amplify it. And yeah. All right, let's get this amplified. I think 8 was enough. Then vocal enhancer. Okay. On to Tascam. All right, this is Brent with Incarnate Paranormal. This is Nevada State Prison Visit 5 Night 1. This is my Tascam DRO5X. We're taking the stroll down to cell C36. So hopefully we can... All right. I'm okay with this. Get some better evidence this year. Gonna crank the volume up a little bit, and hopefully we can get some better evidence for you guys. Past couple years it has been a little low, so we're gonna change it this year. Again, this is Tascam Night 1, cell C36, being left on the table. So, gentlemen, if you have anything to say, I will be back later tonight to speak with you. What's up, Fish? And we're going to have a nice little conversation. All right. On to the next. All right, straight to almost nothing. Damn. When they say the cell block is quiet, they really freaking mean it, don't they? Pause this. Let's go for another 5. Just because. Forgot the Tascam has a tendency sometimes to isolate noises. This is crazy. If that's the case, we are quiet. And those little ridges, that's probably Jasper. Maybe they also mean when it was active. Who knows? Who really knows anymore? You know, as these guards who work there get older and they pass away, the stories are gone. You know, and as former inmates get older, you know, they pass on, the stories are gone. You know, I've had a couple of the older videos where former inmates have actually commented on my videos on YouTube. I was inmate so and so. It's like, really? As a former inmate, if you went in and just to YouTube and typed in Nevada State Prison and a paranormal show came up, the rule of thumb was, and I've, you know, talked to, you know, or commented messages and everything, the prisoners never talked about it being haunted. They knew it, and maybe in passing or in secret they'd mention it, but, you know, they'd never talk about it out loud because people would fuck with them. Oh, there ain't no ghosts here. I'd love to be able to get a former inmate on the show. That would be absolutely amazing. You know, and again, one of the other reasons the TV show is no longer allowed back on the grounds is because they took a former inmate there, which was technically illegal. But to interview one, I think I might start researching and see if I could find any former inmates that would be willing to do a interview. And that's just freaking cool. You know, talk to the people who lived it. Be like, so, what did you see late at night? What did you hear? What happened? What weird, unexplained things happened to you? It's something that, you know, years later, since it's been closed since, well, 2006 when the last inmates left, because it was still the active execution chamber until 2012 when all the regular prisoners left. You know, in 06, be like, you know, what do you remember? You know, what can you talk about? You know, it's not just about the spirits, about the people who lived it, the history. It's like, what did you see? Because like I said, I can assure you, they'd be like, we didn't talk about it. We were, it was hush hush. Yeah, it might have been a bad time to choose this recorder. So every once in a while, I'll wear my Nevada State Prison T-shirts out. Uh, if anybody ever stops me, be like, "Hey, I was a former guest there," I'd be like, "You know what? Here's my card. Look me up. I'd love to do an interview. I will do it too. Uh, Even if I can get back up to Goldfield, interview some of the people, who go into these old buildings. Same as local, they investigated the asylum. If they lived back then, they might also have been put in the asylum because of believing in the ghosts. I think they were. You go back, into the 1800s. If you talk about ghosts, they thought you were freaking crazy. You go back even further, they might, treat you as a witch. Oh, here he is talking about spirits, seeing spirits among us. He's a heretic. It goes against the church. So, yeah, would have I wanted to live, 200 years ago? No, because I'd be an outcast for doing this. I'm at the point I'm starting to agree with Lloyd Auerbach. The more people are in here, the more the energy goes away. Because, again, by this time, during the second and third investigation, we had already had EVPs by now. I think a lot of this energy is gone. Which means next time up, I can eliminate a lot of the equipment that I take and just investigate with GoPro and a recorder. And just switch recorders every night or every few hours. I mean, we're going to still focus on, death row women's execution, culinary, but the rest, I don't know, guys. You guys are seeing the flat line here. It's disheartening. But again, like I talked about here a week or so ago, with the people that brought the artwork into. What's up, Corgi? How you feeling, bud? There's Jasper, by the way. Jasper is back. We were waiting for that one. What was I saying? I thought having stuff added to the prison that wasn't from the prison would have stirred up a lot of activity. It didn't. Or it hasn't yet. But, whatever. How you feeling, Korg? Well, at least we got something other than silence. We have wildlife now. Just found out your kid is at Paris Island. Wow, okay. That's good and bad, I guess. Ooh, sorry guys, yawning. Where'd that come from? I would like to go do like Gettysburg though. I have a friend who does live out that way. So I could go do battlefields easily. Yeah, she was in a paranormal team in Missouri, moved out to Vegas. I kind of fucked things up. She moved to Florida, then up to Virginia, and she goes out and photographs a lot of the battlefields. So I think investigating a battlefield might be fun. Gettysburg, yeah. I think Gettysburg would be a blast. You're right. Oh, yeah. But again, a lot of these major battlefields have already been done tooth and nail. Find some of the smaller battlefields that might have more relevance, that not as many people have investigated. That way, there's fresher energy there. I think that would be cool. And I'll tell you flat out, if I am to investigate a Civil War battlefield, I'm not going to bullshit you guys. I'm going to wear a Confederate flag shirt to really conjure up some energy. I have a full Confederate flag shirt. I will wear that son of a bitch on the investigation. Oh, Corgi, hell yes, I'd be into that. Let me. It. I can't go on vacation for a while. Will that be YouTube? It'll be both. Whenever I get back and stream it, I think if I wore that kind of a shirt on an investigation, it would conjure up evidence like it did me in the execution chamber. It would be interesting. But I don't think I'd live stream it, guys. I really don't think I'd live stream. As much as I'd like to. As long as I stayed in the beginning of the video, this is for educational purposes only. I don't think there's anything they could do about that. It's for filming and entertainment purposes only. Some of the crap I've seen on YouTube, if they got offended over a shirt rather than some of the crap they let on there, I'd be surprised. And if that's the case, it can stay here on Twitch. People can create an account and watch it. If not, oh well. Yeah, this section is bupkis. Just like this all the way through. Pretty much. And here we go with wildlife. It's like damn Wild Kingdom, ain't it? That's mechanical. Nowhere there's a colonial village that's been restored. So then it's probably a registered historical location. Most historical locations, letting people in after hours sometimes can get expensive. Or even letting local law enforcement know that, hey, I'm in from Las Vegas. I do a paranormal, show. Here's my card. Or is there problems being out there after hours? There's a couple of the ghost towns here in Nevada that once the sun goes down, you're not allowed out there. And if they do allow you, you better be good with the sheriff. Or at least local law enforcement. There is a caretaker of the what's remaining of the town. Knock on doors. That's what we had to do. But even asking him, he's like, I can't let you guys. Even if with your insurance policy, I can't let you do it. Just out of safety reasons. It's like, we get it. We understand. And we saw the sheriff and the law enforcement that's in the town next to it that's actually populated. And they're the ones who go out there at night if anything happens. We actually ask him, it's like, listen, we talked to so-and-so. He said no, safety reasons. If it wasn't for that, is it okay? He's like, not many people ask me. They just do it, and they ended up getting escorted out. If you can change his mind, I'll let you do it. He goes, just let me know the hours you're going to be there, how many people, what you're going to be doing. It's like, we're ghost hunting. He goes, okay, how many people? 5 or 6. It's like, okay. He goes, if you get permission, let me know, and I'll let my deputies know, and we will not come out there and bother you. It's like, thank you. And shook his hand and went on about our day. Just you shake hands, knock on doors, shake hands and kiss babies and don't get them mixed up. It's amazing how far a handshake will go. But then again, I've shooken some hands and they don't give a shit. It's like, absolutely not. It's like, okay, I understand. You like your privacy. I appreciate that, Corgi. It's like, I've had people tell me no. It's like, okay, that's all you had to say. We won't push the issue any further. If you ever change your mind, I hand them a card. It's like, would you please give us a call? It's a dead issue. It's like, then you start asking about the history of the location. 90% of the time, they'll sit and talk to you all day. They'll tell you all the stories. Not right now, I'm not. I'm looking at changing that. I just got back to work. It might take a few months to get reinsured. And it's not that much for a $2 million policy. But it's like, they'll sit and talk your ear off about the history. Then you'll get that one person be like, I don't have time for this. It's like, we'll make a donation for the upkeep of the property. Oh, what do you mean you'll make a donation? Well, if you ever let us in there, we'll pay $50 a person. Then their tune changes. Oh, really? It's like, when do you want to do it? I thought you just said no. Well, you didn't mention money. Why should I have to mention money first? Find out if you're going to allow us, then we'll offer to pay. Not just, hey, we'll pay you to get into the location. What makes you think that we are doing it for the fame and fortune of it? No, we're doing it for the science and to see if there's actually any energies that remain there, because this location is 200 years old. People have died in this area for what they were doing here. They're like, oh, well, yeah, I understand that. Appreciate that, Corgi. And once I start traveling to the East Coast, I'll put it to the top of the list. And this goes back to before I took the break on streaming. If you get me into the location, if you're the one to open the doors for me, if I investigate it, I want you there with me to investigate it. That's always been the deal. You get me there, you're there to investigate with. It's the only fair thing to do. It's the only, I'm not going to even say the fair thing to do. It's the right thing to do. I want you there with me investigating. You know, you can go off on your own, investigate, but as long as you're there. If it happens to be a location that I'm familiar with, like I did with Dead's, I'm leaving you alone to investigate. I'm going over here. Let's see what you get on your own. A lot of people don't like that. Oh, why are you leaving me alone? Well, because there's a better chance of getting evidence. And this section's finished. I knew there was not going to be anything here. No, we don't want to save it. We're on to section 2. Okay, let's get this. It's not even loaded yet. Okay. All right. Let's get this loaded in. Oh, come on. Don't do this. We're going to go with 10. Effects. And something else if you get kicked out of the location where the original Night of the Living Dead was shot. A lot of those movie sets are active, or locations where movies were shot have a tendency to be active. I know the Exorcist house from the original movie is apparently active. The Conjuring house, well, that's based on, well, the one in the movie, I think was a set. The real Conjuring house, everybody knows, yes, is active, but I don't know. I don't know. The Conjuring house, and was it Burkittsville, Maryland, I think it is. Been a while since I've actually paid attention to it, even with all the publicity with it being exploited and back on the market. I remember Bug even talking about the Amityville house, how he used to live right down the street from it. Who was the guy that got fired or sued in that house? I think that was the previous owners. Yeah, a lot of these people are like, if you tell the truth, it burns you in the field. You literally send your ass hairs if you tell the truth, which I would rather have my ass hairs burned than live a lie. I would really rather be burned than to have my reputation tarnished by a lie. You know, most of these, and I said this on one of the Goldfield pages. You know, it's like the guys jumped on me, goes, "Oh, you don't know anything. You've never lived there." He did used to show me when I went to pick him up to move here. Right on. You know, what was I saying? The guy attacked me on a Goldfield page. It's like, these buildings are haunted. You know, you've never lived here. No, but I have friends who do. It's like, you don't live there either. You live up on the northwest somewhere. It's like, it's just because it's residual energy doesn't mean it's not haunted. A lot of these buildings are residual hauntings. They're not intelligent hauntings. You know, a lot of it's self-manifested too. Ghost Tap Discovery, talked about that with the new owner and did not agree with it. If you talk to the Perrin girls, Andrea Perrin, which is I think the second eldest daughter, first or second eldest, when she actually has 3 books House of Darkness, House of Light. When she moved out, the activity in the house almost ceased. The activity almost stopped when they left the house. Does that mean it's still not haunted? Absolutely not. It could stop for a couple generations and go right back. Who knows? But the fact they're building a business on half truth, I think is absolute and total bullshit. And I wish more people would be called out for the nonsense. I wish they'd just be exposed 100%. Like a lot of these TV shows. And I've preached this a lot before. When these shows started, it was haunted or it wasn't, and they noticed the sharp decline on the episodes that were not haunted. So then it started that most everything is now haunted. Most everything they go into is not explainable, therefore it's haunted. Then it got into, okay, we can debunk it, but there still might be energy here. What's up, Windsor? How you doing, bud? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Then like everything started becoming malevolent. Now it was all demonic. Now it's all backing off a bit and starting to go back to where it's semi-started. Maybe you did not want any drama on YouTube. Drama is publicity. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Windsor. Like I said, I've dropped almost 50 pounds, getting a lot healthier, feel a lot better, feels good to be back streaming. So yeah, I'm doing good. David, ZB Demon Fest, it used to be, for like 2 seasons there, oh, demonic, malevolent, evil. No. I've been on over 1,000 investigations. And I've been on one. And that was like 2 years into the field. So it's been 16 years since I've seen a demonic investigation. Been on a couple really nasty ones where they were malevolent, where they were angry spirits, but nothing demonic. I'm actually in a year and 3 months. January. Yeah, a year and 3 months, I'm down 46 pounds. But yeah, it's like, it's like, if it's demonic, you're going to know it because it is going to fuck your life up. It's going to mess you up for a while. Well, the darkness is there. It changes you completely. But a lot of people don't realize, I don't know, they get a spirit that scratches them. I got 3 scratches, it's demonic. It's mocking the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. No. You're getting 3 scratches because 1, you don't scratch with your thumb. If you get 5 scratches on your freaking arm, somebody's got big fucking thumbs. You're getting 3 scratches. Look at the size of your pinky finger compared to your other 3 fingers. It sits about an inch below them. Unless you got really long bony ass fingers, you're getting 3 scratches. It's common freaking biology and just human design. You're gonna get 3 scratches. You're not getting 4, and you're definitely not getting 5. People don't stop to think that. They think it's demonic, it's 3 scratches because of what TV tells them. I mean, everybody, take a look at your hand. How far is your pinky from your ring finger? So next time somebody says 3 scratches is demonic, show them their freaking hand. Then take their own hand and slap them in the face with it for being an idiot. You notice I got no filter. I've been in this field a long freaking time, and I get tired of the half truth and the half bullshit. If people want to be serious in this field, be serious. If you want to think you're the next big thing, do me a favor and fucking quit. I'm not going to have a filter on this one. I'm sorry, guys. I've seen too many good people burned in this field because they tried to break away from the mold. Like I said, I even got offered a TV show years ago. It wasn't a big one. It was for, something like this. And I said, I'll do it on one condition. It's 100% true. It's haunted or it's not. If we find evidence, I'm going to share it. But if we don't get evidence, I'm not going to manifest something. I'm not going to have a ventriloquist in the background mimicking words. I'm not going to add something. It's real or it's not. And they wouldn't go for it. It's like, we can't do that. We need ratings. We need numbers. You're barking up the wrong freaking tree, bud. Give me a call if you change your mind. If you want something real, we'll show you real. But then again, I get the TV shows. Overreacting, sitting alone in the dark, talking to yourself. What was that? No. It's like, I get it. It's for entertainment. I can't do entertainment like that, especially with the paranormal field. Hell, I got a face for radio. I shouldn't even be on camera. There's your entertainment right there. But again, take it as you will. Now, you guys are here. You guys are enjoying the real thing. This is real investigating. This is, like I said again, and I beat a dead horse. This is what you don't see behind the scenes on every paranormal TV show or podcast or whatever. They go through it, then share the clips. We're going through it to get the clips to share with them. You guys are a part of building what somebody else gets to see later. We put in the dirt and they enjoy the work. For people who will never investigate in their lives. That tires on the highway. That's definitely tires on the highway. I want to clean this up just to be safe. I know it is. Don't even know why I'm wasting the time on it. Whoa. Yep. It's either tires on the highway or a dog or something like along those lines. It's not evidence. Yeah, that's. But on most TV shows, that would have been evidence. Ooh, they're talking in the background. No, they're not. In training new people in the field, I like taking people to very, very active locations. It's like I was started off in a very docile, very questionable location. My first couple locations were like I said earlier, Green Valley Park, Fox Ridge Park, a couple other locations, a place called Suicide Bridge. Uh, Fox Ridge Park was on Ghost Adventures. It is not haunted. I've explained that before. TV shows make their own evidence. No. TM. That one I will back up the TV shows on 100%. They don't manufacture evidence. The evidence that they present may or may not be their evidence. It is evidence. It is evidence. But it may not be their evidence. I'll put that out there on record. And we've talked about this many times before. And that's my biggest issue right there was orbs, dust orbs as ghosts. Dust orbs, moisture orbs, lens flare, concave or convex camera lenses, bend light, so it picks up reflective or refractive light. And I wish people would do a little bit more research on that one. That friend I keep mentioning who was on a paranormal team in Missouri moved out here, then back east. She actually is a photographer, and I mentioned she does photograph the battlefields and shit. She actually was the one who explained the reflective, refractive light and how the camera will pick up moisture and dust particles. I'm not going to say orbs, but moisture and dust particles, because a flash will reflect or refract off of them, and you people will think it's an orb. Out of the thousands upon thousands of photographs that I've taken, I've only got maybe 2 or 3 that I would classify as orbs. The rest of them, no. But it took me about 10 years to learn that. And anybody out there who's lurking, YouTube or Twitch, that I don't see in chat, learn basic photography before you investigate, so you don't misclassify those particles as spirits, because it's not. Then start reading electrical books as well, so you can debunk a lot of these claims. It will help you. There's always dust in the air. Dust or moisture particles, yes. There was it's been a while since I've talked about this one. There was a group of paranormal investigators back in the Midwest to going east a little bit. I forgot which state it was in. Let me pause this, because this is actually kind of humorous. I've talked about this once or twice before. They were doing a basement with a dirt floor. A basement with a dirt floor. 3 or 4 of them are walking around. What happens when you walk on a dirt floor in a basement in a sealed and confined area? Dust particles raise, because everybody's kicking about. Even if you are taking flat, slow steps, you're still disrupting the very finite dust particles on the ground. Orb party. You know where I'm going with this, David. So all these very tiny, minuscule dust particles are up in the air. They're photographing with flashes, and you can see in the air there's like 10,000 dust particles in the air. And they're posting this on Facebook as evidence. Look at all the spirits here. Look at all the people that died down here. They're all, they were buried on the ground, so their spirits are in the basement. all these spirits came to talk to us. And clearly in the photograph, you could see the dirt on the ground. Me being me, are you serious? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. Do you not realize you're walking on a dirt floor, kicking up dust particles? And the response was, you don't know what you're talking about. People died here. This is their spirits. And they blocked me. It's like, are you serious? We're in this field. True paranormal investigators will help each other. They'll give you advice. I'll talk all day about it. If somebody who needs to ask questions, I'll answer everything that I can within a certain degree of accuracy. Somebody might be able to explain it better, but I will sit there until I can't talk anymore so people don't misclassify something the wrong way. And it's like, I teach them to be a better investigator. I will sit and listen to somebody talk all day long. Even if I take one sentence out of their entire speech, I became a better investigator because of that one sentence. But people think they're the next TV show, and they never will be. They go to producers with that, they're going to laugh them out of the office. Be like, hey, idiot, you know that's dust, right? You don't know what you're talking about. Well, get out of my office. We don't want frauds here. We'll teach you how to be a fraud. Don't come here, prepared. And I hate saying it like that. Don't be a fraud. We'll teach you how to be one. That's terrible saying that, but and it's like the world-renowned people like Lloyd Auerbach, Johnny Zaffis, they're not going to blow smoke up your ass. And I told you, Johnny Zaffis warned me about a certain group I was with. They're like, Brent, you've got a reputation. People in this field know you. Don't burn it with this group. He didn't have to do that. He could have just let me burn myself. But he saw what I was doing and respected it and gave me warning and taught me something. I took it to heart. When he walked away, I was like, what did he do that for? It's like, all right. A name like that gives me warning. I'm going to listen. So, that being said, we're literally getting nothing off this recorder. But David, I can't. That saying, I've used it so many times on investigations. An orb party. It used to be a running joke. It's like, yeah, just. So this weekend, since it is payday, I will be ordering the spicy jelly beans again. Been so long since I had done a stream, they actually went stale. So I got to replenish. And probably redo the wheel. Because I threw away all the hot sauces too, they went bad. Or I could do 2 wheels, one for donos and one for subs. We'll figure something out. We're just starting to get back to it, so we got a ways to go. Which would you guys rather see back? The beans or the subs? Or the beans, the sauce, or both? Problem is, for YouTube, we need to get to 500 subs before we can start monetizing to do that. Both. Okay. The sauce really isn't, the gift pack for the little sauce bottles really is not that bad. True. True, Windsor. Some of this sauce is a gamble though, because some of it is really freaking hot. Now they're, like I said, there's like 3 different chip challenges out now. I saw one the other day and I didn't know it existed as a salt chip challenge. Oh my God. I'd rather do the hot one chip challenge than the salt chip challenge. That one's actually making people really ill. Back in my mind though, it's like, should I put that on stream with a big dono on it? Because I so would. It'd have to be on a Friday show so I could have the weekend to recover. But to do I don't know if they died, but I know one kid got sick from it because he did like 10 or 12 of them. I'd have to look it up. I'm not sure if somebody did, but I know somebody got violently ill because they did multiple at once. Because I know some of that can just flat out eat a hole in your stomach. Timed out for 1 second. Kind of a quick slap on the wrist. I thought I turned off the language filter. Because I know I went through and put a bunch of words in there that people weren't allowed to use. So I'll have to go back and double check that. But 1 second's kind of a quick fuck you, so. Yeah, kind of on a. There might be an EVP in here somewhere. There's a few peaks. That's got to be traffic on the highway. I really don't think that's evidence. Okay, that's the noise is acting weird. So how about reverb? Sounds like traffic. I think it is. I think it's interior noise. I think it's just normal noises of the prison. I don't even need to debunk it. We know it is. It's definitely not paranormal. Oh, and I didn't I didn't add one to the counter. Okay, there we go. Yeah, definitely something interior. It might be echo inside from the traffic, but it sounds like just the humming of tires. So, David, I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think as soon as we finish the prison, we have to go back and finish Goldfield Hotel, which I think we're going to end up starting over. Matter of fact, I know we're going to have to. Was that Jasper again? Yep. Freaking Jasper. Are we going to have to put a crow counter on here? Oh, come on, Moose. That's a foul situation. Boom. Horrible joke. Yeah, that's... You have to change the situations on that one. Is the settings, not situations on that one, for spamming emotes. Turn on security, it really freaking locks down on some stupid stuff, doesn't it? I got 3 things to do after the show. I gotta reduce the emotes, the spamming emotes. I've got to get a YouTube viewer counter. I've got to limit the ease up on the swearing on Twitch. And I've got to do the search for the pop-ups, the voice-activated pop-ups for streams. So I got 4 things to do after the show tonight. Don't know if I'll get to them, though. Door opening or a bird. Definitely not paranormal. Hi ho, hi ho. A couple possibilities here. Nope. That same screeching sound. You know what would be actually cool, but actually kind of tragic? Is because the highway is so close, actually recording the sounds of an accident on the highway. Screeching of the tires, sound of a collision and breaking glass. I think that'd be actually kind of cool to catch on stream. I have not. We've caught people burning out. We've caught, the same car going back and forth. But we haven't caught an accident yet. Maybe it's that chick ghost trying to whistle at you. You know what? At this point, I'll buy into that. You also know when you have to leave or just be near. Yeah? A lot of exterior noises that sound like EVPs. At least now we're paying more attention to it. And I do have an older EVP analyzing program if we ever need it. Go back to Audacity. It's also only 1 weekend a year that you were there. Yeah. So the odds of it, it's not that good. Do I ever wish to record it? Absolutely not. I've been around enough accidents, seen enough accidents, and it's a sound that I honestly just don't want to hear. I've heard it, seen it, smelled it, lived it, breathed it for too long. That part is behind me. Would it be weird to catch it? Yeah. Would it be kind of cool? Yeah. But again, probably bring back a lot of memories to go with it. With that being said, guys, we are 40 minutes into section 2. We have got no EVPs, and this recorder is looking semi dead. So we still have a section and a half to go. We'll get back to this tomorrow night. I'm going to jump off here, go grab something to eat, maybe play a couple games and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. So, Vexus, Moose, Windsor, David, TM, Fish, if you're still lurking in here, and anybody else lurking in the shadows or over on YouTube, I truly thank you guys for tuning in tonight and just trying to find some EVPs. Spent most of the time bullshitting, which, if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to just chime in and ask. Anyways, guys, have a great night. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Thanks again, and see y'all later.